We are live.
Yes, we are. But before then and between then, let's get started.
But you don't know this virus. It's new, it's different. It mutates and goes in different directions with a different strain of itself. So whether I'm present or absent, the Executive Council of the Nation of Islam must call our scientists. Come and let's sit down. Our virologists, our epidemiologists, those of us who know the science. We cannot let them bring anything to us that we don't dissect.
My God, my God.
Anything they bring to us, we will not allow them to bring anything to us that we are not willing to dissect. Oh, we get caught up in the minister sometime, dear family. You should be getting caught up too. And I know as we're getting caught up right here, I know you all are doing a few things right now. I know you're counting the squares and seeing how many. Relax. We got some loved ones that'll be joining us momentarily, and we got some familiar faces joining us and some new familiar faces joining us. But guess what, family? It's gonna be all right because the Seventh Region Coalition is like, you can call us McFadden and Whitehead tonight, family. Ain't no stopping us now.
That's right.
I know you know some people that had a negative
I
vibe.
like that.
And if you let them, they only push you aside.
Come on.
They really don't have nowhere to go. So ask them where they're going, family. They don't know, but we know where we're going, family.
You know where we going.
On behalf of the hostess with the mostest,
Come on.
we want to welcome you to the 7th Region Coalition Thursday Night Talk. And dear family, as we get ready to get started, we don't have to tell you how hot it is out there. I'm not talking about just the weather.
That's right.
I know some of you all could not wait for this Thursday night with all the so-called new things going. I relax, but do your job first.
Come on.
Like, share, let other people know. Do your part to increase the algorithms, your thumb, your finger, whatever you got to press to like or share.
That's right.
If you love somebody,
Come on.
this is probably the show
Tag them.
that you want to make sure that you tag them on.
Come on.
Right? Got to tag them. Now, you don't know how to do tags. Somebody explain it to you in a minute, but you just put their name in there with the hashtag, and next thing you know, they're getting some of this tonight too. And so what we will do is this, dear family. I'm your big brother, Brother Loud. I just like to say assalamu alaikum. And before I just kind of give my intro, I have to first of all thank our mighty 7th Region Coalition team. Those you see and those who you do not see, they are heroes today, family. Heroes and sheroes, because they're allowing us to bring you life-saving information, and we're here to help save lives. And so, I guess I'll go ahead and introduce myself, and then I'm gonna pass the baton, and we might do a little flip spin, another pass of the baton. But I'm your brother, Brother Lal Muhammad. I like to say assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I like to say praise the Lord to my Christian brothers and sisters, to my Black revolutionaries, Ungawa Black Power, and to all you peace and freedom loving people across the world. Welcome to the 7th Region Coalition Thursday Night Talks. And now look, who is the 7th Region Coalition? I just give you one thing. Some of y'all stopped. You stopped. No. Like, share. No, this is real, y'all. You better like and share and do your part now. Don't just be listening.
That's right.
Got me all off track now. What was I saying? The lighthouse. Think about the people traveling a very, very dangerous time through dark, treacherous waters, family. Can you imagine that ship if there was no lighthouse to guide it to safety?
Come on.
Kind of like our people right now, dear family, without the proper information and inspiration. And you're not going to get what you need from the Tell Live Vision, but we're going to do our part tonight on the 7th Region Coalition But I really do want to stop, and I want to say a prayer for each and every last one of you and your families. You just never know what the next man or next woman is going through, but we all know that we're all going through something with this pandemic.
That's
And
right.
so we want to hold you in high esteem in prayer. And I want to start that with holding my 7th Region Coalition in high esteem and in prayer. And before we introduce you to a special guest who's not a special guest, I want to introduce you to a sister. You know, look, this sister wears so many different hats. She could be a doctor, she could be a lawyer, she could be a nurse, she could be Mike Tyson, she could be Floyd Patterson. I mean, I'm just saying, she's just that versatile. She is that versatile. Our beloved sister, Sister Khalila Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Oh, Brother Loud, I thank Allah for just being here and being present. And when I say be present, be in the presence of God and my brothers and sisters. You know, a lot of us did not make it today.
That's right.
A lot of us, it's their last day of breath. And I thank Allah for allowing me to not only be here, but in my right state of mind. And I love hard. That's why I'm here. I appreciate, I adore, but I want you all to be a part of what we are about to experience, because it's very important that you share this information. Right now, we're in the book, right in the middle of the book. We haven't even started the book. The book of Revelations. No, we're at the very last part of it. And for those who are familiar with the hereafter, the minister Ava has indicated that we have actually tapped into the hereafter. Hear me. She said we have tapped into the hereafter. And I'm like, wow. So we have tapped into the hereafter. What does that mean for people that are constantly striving to be one with him? Minister B.R. always teaches us, you always have to hold on to the rope of Allah that never breaks. Allah never changes. We change, but we have to be mindful of what time it is and be present in the time. So I greet you all. I know that was a very long greeting.
Heartfelt.
Very heartfelt, but very sincere, because I do love you, and I love you more than you ever know. So I want to turn it over to my dear brother. He's never a stranger. He's like the ghost. Look, he's the ghost with the you think that he's not here, but he's really here,
all the time.
He's like the angel David. He's everywhere, just giving blessings to everyone with this divine information from Allah. So I just thank him for just joining us, taking time out of his busy day to help his little brothers and sisters also help save lives. So without further ado, our dear brother Tony Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, ma'am. And of course, to everyone, peace and blessings. Hotep, shalom, buenos dias, abaragani, sakpase. In whatever language you speak, I greet you in that language.
Come on.
As we are seeking to save lives on multiple levels, on an international level. It's not about us right here. It's about all of us. And right now we have to guide our people. We're trying to be obedient to the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We're trying to save all of our people.
That's right.
And guide them to a message of truth that will save our lives. I may not be always be on I'm just on here every once in a while. I'm one of those black boot stomp soldiers that's out
Hey.
That's right.
in the field with the final call.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
when I ask the people, can you roll down your window, please? And of course, people are hesitant right now, like, can I help you? Yes,
Right.
we're working to guide our people to safety in this hour, because in every final call from page 8 to 11, you will find it packed with information about how these so-called vaccines that are out right now are not conducive to our health, to our well-being. They're not an effective way of treating this pestilence from heaven, as the minister has called it. It's not an effective means to dealing with the true problem that we are infected with as a human family right now, which is rebellion. If we were just to follow the instructions of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and submit, we could get rid of this virus in no time. But it would take special instructions.
Come on.
To get rid of this profit-driven, wicked motive that is on the earth right now, and really move towards a concept, an idea of moving towards humanity and working towards saving lives rather than just being interested in making a few dollars. Because a few dollars, those millions and billions of dollars that you're making today, you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to all those corporations right now investing in Pfizer and Moderna and all these other vaccination companies. Well, they're not vaccination companies. Johnson & Johnson. You're not going to be making that money tomorrow. Your money is going to be worthless.
Talk that talk.
Our health is going to be our wealth. And Brother Lyle, I'm going to get off this.
Tony came to throw down. He throwing down on his intro.
Teach, teacher.
I'm gonna get off the soapbox. But look, fam, that this money is gonna be worthless tomorrow.
That's right.
We might as well be investing in our health today while there is still light. We should still be working towards informing ourselves with the truth and reality of who we are and what we are destined to produce on this God-given earth.
That's right.
Fam, let's go ahead and go into this program right here. I'm just very excited. Brother Lyle, it's an honor and a pleasure always to be with you. Sister Kalila, same with you. I'm just very honored and very blessed to be here on this program today.
Oh, praise be to Allah. Well, Brother Lyle, let's get started. Topic 1.
FDA approval of the Pfizer vaccine. Some of you all were just waiting for this day, weren't you? Because look, you were waiting for this day. Some of you are waiting for this day because you believe so wholeheartedly in the Food and Drug Administration. Pause right there. How come the food's not with the Agricultural Department? Why is it Food and Drug Administration? Right? We couldn't tell you this before because you can only take so much at a time. But for those of you who are planning on taking the vaccine just because it's FDA approved, buyer beware. This was a very necessary step that they had to make at this time before they introduced you to the booster shot that they promised you.
Right.
Because they cannot declare the need for a booster until FDA. And don't worry, I know Moderna, even though it's their first time in the history developing an inoculation, their paperwork went in on yesterday, family. So they too will soon be approved by the Food and Drug Administration. But I just want you to think about the Food and Drug Administration and its track record in terms of approval tied to finances versus approval tied to morality. And so see, we have an article up here right now that deals with everyone's been waiting. They expect 30% more people to get vaccinated just based upon the FDA approval, right? And obviously you all know that Pfizer stocks went through the roof.
That's right.
On yesterday, right? And Pfizer is also negotiating vaccine sales with other countries because they refuse to transfer the technology that's needed to produce it in those countries. So buyer beware. My last thing on the Food and Drug Administration, family, I want to remind you that this is the same organization that put out a food pyramid and chart that told you and I that it's healthy to eat 3 meals a day. Go to any biology book and you will see that the human body can only digest 1 meal in a 24-hour period. Once again, the Food and Drug Administration chose profit over health. And here we now have another situation where the Food and Drug Administration is choosing profit over health. And I won't be quiet after this, but no, I'm gonna stop right there because I got some questions I want to ask our people that are so gullible with what they hear on the television. But I'm gonna pause right there. What do you all think about this FDA Pfizer approval?
Somebody is in bed with somebody. That's what it sounds like to me. Somebody is sleeping in my bed. Somebody, that's an old Drew Hill song.
That's
but
right.
That's
sound like a new Pfizer song.
That's a new Pfizer song.
New Pfizer song.
And we are, and those who are thinking that, now it's approved, I can go get it. You're going to be sleeping with the enemy. So we have to be really mindful. This is one-on-one technology at its finest. At its finest. And so now they have put, it's just kind of like one of those things, you go to the store and you like, ooh, child, I've been waiting on this shirt to go on sale. Oh, Lord. Then one day the shirt go on sale. Oh, my God, I got to get this shirt, baby. I've been waiting on this shirt a long time. That's the FDA approval for everybody, because now it was like, I'm not going to get it. It's not FDA approved. So guess what? Now it's FDA approved. No, now they're pulling your bluff. They're bringing you out and saying, okay, now it's FDA approved. What is your excuse? Right. My excuse is still, it's experimental. Let's deal with the facts. It's still experimental. I don't care how many times you approve it. It's still experimental. Go ahead, Brother Tony.
Yeah. Brother Lyle, what comes to mind is that now you find these companies now making strong pushes to get their booster shots out. And lo and behold, this morning CNN was reporting that Johnson & Johnson, which the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was pulled out, because there were questions about what kind of effect it was having on people. But now Johnson & Johnson is reporting that they have a booster shot that is 8 times has 8 times more dosage in comparison to the regular vaccine. Wait a minute, I thought it was just a booster. See, and their vaccine got pulled off the market, but now this new thing is coming in. How is that safer? It doesn't make any sense.
Excellent points, big brother. And so, family, if you're listening out there right now, we're telling you right here from the 7th Region Coalition. First of all, how many of you even know the history of the Food and Drug Administration? Let that be your homework assignment, because it had nothing to do with food safety. It had everything to do with business regulation. And so when you look at the aspect of the boosters, and that's what we're telling you, that they had to make sure that this approval went in right now so that they can, because the boosters are coming in September. We've been mentioning that to you for a while, dear family. And so as the efficacy rate of these so-called vaccinations go down and you get prepared for, don't get lulled to sleep. The Food and Drug Administration, I got a homework assignment for you. Look up their 7 most deadliest decisions. I'll give you a clue to what's on the top of the list.
Come on, Brother Lyle.
Their approval of Quaaludes. Buyer beware. Buyer beware.
Wow. I want to also segue to our dear old friend. Guess who our dear old friend is? Our dear old friend is saying, hey, guys, this third shot is no bueno.
What's Dr. Fauci saying right now?
Don't get it. Stop right there. Halt.
It's too soon.
It's too soon. Don't do it, guys. And look at this.
He'll be singing a different tune come next month
Absolutely.
because the music has already been written.
Absolutely.
Been written, family.
Right.
And so there's an interview you all should go see on your own. It's Dr. Fauci. He's being questioned by CNN about the Pfizer approval. And he also goes into the dangers that are involved in getting these booster shots too soon. He also flip-flops back and forth on the role the new variants are playing with the old vaccine that's just been approved. This Pfizer vaccine, it's an old vaccine now with a new variant. And have there been any tests to test the efficacy rate of Pfizer on the Delta variant, let alone the Lambda variant that's coming in? Oh, you ought to know about the Lambda variant. We mentioned to you week after week, that's what's coming next after this Delta keeps whipping out behind.
That's right.
Buyer beware.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we have any other things we need to talk about this particular topic, my brothers?
I think we can move on because there's some serious stuff we need to be getting into.
All right, I think so too. Because this next topic,
But this is just the beginning with this discussion. I'm very sure, like in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be hit with more things in regards to these booster shots.
Vaccine mandates.
vaccine mandates.
All over the place. New York.
Coming.
School mandates, work mandates, federal mandates, employee mandates. There's a lot going on with these vaccine mandates. And some of you are folding into pressure, not because you think it's going to give you better health, but because you want to keep your position. You want to keep your job. You want to keep your educational status. We just want you to keep your sane mind and save lives. I just want to throw this in here real quick because as these vaccine mandates came, and that's another thing, family, you do notice that once the Pfizer was officially approved by the FDA, that an avalanche of vaccine mandates came down.
That's right.
From the military. Over 800,000 military personnel are not vaccinated who have just now been mandated to get vaccinated. People who are working in institutions, both private and public, now are facing themselves in the mirror. Do I keep my job or do I let them do something to my body that I really don't want to have done? It reminds me of the times we were talking earlier, Sister Cleta, about that Adolf Hitler. A lot of people don't know that there was a gentleman. They called him the father of German sociology, Friedrich Hegel, who came up with a theory on how to control populations, particularly in times of chaos, war, and pandemics.
Right.
And so what you do is you have what's called the thesis, the antithesis, and the synthesis. Right. They put the idea out there to you. What's the idea they've been putting out there to us? Vaccines are going to save us from the pandemic.
That's right.
Everybody needs to get vaccinated. That's what they put out there, right? But they knew the antithesis, which was really the truth, was going to come too, because there's so many other things besides vaccines, but then it allowed for a debate. Meanwhile, they were already moving these policies into place there, family. Mandated vaccines is a curse to slavery, family. Mandated vaccines. You mean to tell me you're going to make a human being become a part of an experiment that they choose not to become a part of? And I'll close by saying, for those of you who want some ammunition to fight against these vaccine mandates, go to our Facebook page. There's a video there. If it's too long for you, it's 51 minutes. Break it down doctor by doctor. They're showing you in Michigan how to fight against these mandates legally. Right. And listen to what the doctors and scientists have to say about it. Vaccine mandates? Hail Hitler right here in America.
And you know what, Brother Lau? I encourage you to do that now. Look at that video now. Don't wait till when you are against the wall.
Right.
Now, do your research, study to show yourself approved. Because look, they already told me at my job, that, they want 100% accuracy of people getting the vaccination. I said, okay. So everybody was like, oh, Khalil, what you gonna do? I said, I got a trigger, but I ain't gonna pull it yet.
No,
We've been telling y'all about that trigger too. We've been
That
telling
trigger,
y'all about that trigger.
that trigger.
It's the
That
only
trigger.
thing they haven't attacked and can attack.
Exactly.
Right? And by the way, on that trigger, Sister Kalila, announcement on our trigger, right? The Roman Catholic Diocese of Las Vegas will not issue religious exemptions for COVID-19 vaccines.
That's right.
So the Catholic Church is scared and
Look
shaking
at
in their
that.
boots. Look, but there are people fighting against. That's what I want you to know tonight, family. There are people fighting against these mandates. Did you know that the Chicago Fraternal Order of Police, they are 100% opposed to vaccine mandates. They're taking the city to court over mandates on that.
Right.
Okay, so don't think that there aren't people who aren't fighting for these vaccine mandates against them. Right?
Yes.
I
And
think we've just been joined. Go ahead, Sis Kalina.
I do. Hey, sis.
Mighty
Yes.
sister, world traveler, sister Michelle
Greetings.
Muhammad.
Checking on this. Sorry, I'm late, y'all. Greetings, audience. I'm just gonna jump in and be quiet, and I'll jump in the conversation in a minute.
Listen, it's like double judge, sis. You just jump right in. But I wanted brother Tony to talk about these passport mandates for the teachers, because brother Tony is a teacher in the public school system, and I wanted him to touch in regards to that. I'm going to pull up the article why he touched bases in regards to that as well.
Here's what I'm gonna say about this, brothers and sisters. In New Jersey, they're also mandating for teachers to get vaccinated as well, and there are teachers that are inboxing me on Facebook and sending me messages on Instagram asking me, what do I do? What do I do? You know, you stand your ground. Like, look, if you are a member of the Nation of Islam, you know, which all of us are not, but for those of us who are, we do have religious exemption. And go to your student minister, go to your speak to the officials of your mosque or your study group and get that exemption letter. Go to your pastors, those of you that are Christian, those of you who are maybe of some other religious persuasion, go to your ministers and tell them, look, I don't want this vaccine. This is unnatural. It goes against what we believe. God is about what's natural. This vaccine is not natural, especially when it's taking out lives and causing so much injury among us. When you're dealing with experimental technology, that is unnatural, and we should claim as many exemptions as we possibly can. As far as teachers in New York, see, in Miami-Dade, we already have a teacher shortage here as a result of the fear of sending all teachers back into the classroom, which now all teachers are back into the classroom. And of course, teachers are now on the front lines just fighting, like, look, telling children, you put on that mask, keep your distance, put on that mask. You're feeling a little sick? No, you need to go to the office. You see, that's what we're dealing with right now. New York is about to experience an educational crisis. I want to read this to you very quickly. As of 2019, this is pre-pandemic, state officials estimated New York would need about 180,000 new teachers over the next decade, according to a New York State United Teachers report. That's the teachers union in New York. That was due to factors including trends in retirement. Well, a lot of teachers are now retiring early because of the circumstances. And so what is this leading up to? It's going to lead to an educational crisis. You're going to find auditoriums all packed up with children. Forget about social distancing. Schools are going to be like, what are we going to do? This teacher retired. This other teacher retired. They didn't want to take the vaccine. What do we do? And so, dear family, right now, we have to start implementing the idea of doing for self. Doing for self just does not mean start up our own business. Doing for self means to invest in the future of the lives of our children and our own futures as well.
Brother Tony, let me jump in because I want to make this point as well, family. When we're talking about these mandates and the teachers, we're already suffering in our Black communities. our children are already not getting the full benefits and resources that they should be getting. And so you add on this on top of that, now we're going to have a real problem. So when we start talking about doing for self, and I'm not saying that it's easy, family.
Right.
It's going to have to start off slow, but you're going to have to realize every moment that you send your child into the school, you're putting them at risk. Because, you know, as young as they are, to the older ones maybe, right? But the younger ones, they're going to get impacted. And with teachers that are retiring because they're not going to be forced to take something that they don't want in their body, but we're talking about the impact that this is already going to have on a system that is not functioning for our children already.
That's right.
So it's one thing on top of the other. So we have got to start somewhere and figure out what we're going to do and get to it, because I'm telling you, family, it's either COVID going to get your children, or your children gonna get caught up in the jail systems, because you know what I mean. That's kind of weird. They're hurting us, because that's what happens when you have us out. You got all types of issues going on. The parents not working, or the parents are not home. I mean, it just adds on to much more of an economical, not just an economical, but a domestic issue already that's impacting our people. So this is all, it's all coming to a head. Let's just say it like that. And I'm glad you brought it up, Brother Tony. But family, I really need y'all to get on it. Research, do what you need to do to keep your children home. We've talked about homeschool. We've talked about all these different type of solutions. If you can't do it, find a friend. Find somebody that you trust, that you can trust your children with, to go to their home and let them sit down and do the programs on the computer. That's where we're going at anyway, family.
Right. Sister Michelle.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Sister Michelle is just right now just dealing here specifically with Florida and Texas and in other states where there is an attack on Black history. They're calling it critical race theory, but we already know they're talking about Black history, so-called Latino history, Native American history, according to the perspectives of Black people, Native Americans, Latinos, you know, and they don't want that being taught in public schools. When they're calling critical race theory, no, they're really talking about not what they're teaching in academia. They're talking about true perspectives of us. And so right now we are being forced on multiple levels to make alternative decisions for the education of our children.
Before we move on, a couple of things on vaccine mandates. I really do want someone to go to our Facebook page and put that link in tonight's message. It's a 51-minute YouTube video in Michigan, where you have doctors and scientists and nurse practitioners actually have introduced a bill against vaccine mandates. And their research is complete and is thorough. You owe yourself a listen to that. We got to give credit where credit's due, even though he's flopped around like a fish sometime. The Texas governor, Greg Abbott, on Wednesday, he reissued a ban on COVID vaccine mandates. See, some of these politicians understand that these vaccine mandates go way past vaccinations, family, and go right at the core and the heart of what you may call your civil liberties. So once those civil liberties and those basic freedoms are attacked, and you mean to tell me a healthy individual has to make a decision about doing something that is experimental and not proven to be healthy? Shame on our government for that. So family, garden up your loins. You can fight this. There are communities that are fighting against vaccine mandates that are, look, across the globe. Other people are standing up. You're just not hearing about it on the Tell Live Vision here in America.
You know, Brother Lau, what about those who cannot fight for their rights? We have our brothers and sisters that are locked up in our prison system that are now going through the mandate of vaccinations as well. Let me also share this article, because right now this is what we're dealing with Mississippi in regards to fines and jail time for those who would not even get the vaccination.
Come on.
So now we're dealing with jail
Right.
time and fines.
That's
I
right.
mean, I know
Right.
that Sister
Right.
Michelle was just indicating about those who carry, insurance. If you ain't got your vaccination, they're going to go up on your insurance policies.
Right. Sister Kalita, there was a case, and you all can find this on our Facebook page as well, too. A young brother was mandated by a judge as a position of his parole and probation that he has until a certain date to be vaccinated, or they will violate him on his parole. And the young brother doesn't want to take the vaccination. Listen to his video, family. I know you didn't see it on the Tell Live Vision, but it's on our Facebook page, family. And you got to go look at this stuff because they're trying to fear you into submission.
That's right.
They're trying to force you into a corner where you feel like you don't have anything else to do but go along with these mandates. There are people fighting for them. You just have to make sure you're properly armed.
And Sister Elia, you said it perfectly. I don't want to say it on the air, but
You showed it on the screen.
beat, but clearly that's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they're treating us as those type of children.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be mindful. We really have to girl up our lawns because right now it's I was my in-law called and she was like, well, I got to get the vaccination because I can't even go to the grocery store without it.
What?
Listen, people are talking and look, this is not even dealing with, you have people in the hood that's saying, child, you better get that vaccination. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to the grocery store now? No, you can't even get your gas. You can't even get your food stamps. What? They said that, girl? Yeah, child. They said that last week on the news. They probably ain't even say it, but it's gossip to fear because look, the hood gossip is the worst gossip in the world.
Listen, you ain't never said a lie, okay? that hood gossip, it'll get you somewhere 6 feet under. Talk about you ain't heard. You have to die to get some food stamps.
Right?
Like, what? Like, oh my God, really?
We'll find some alternatives.
That is not true. I was like, Mom, that is not true. That is not true. You sure? I say, yes, ma'am. You think it's, because we live in a different state. It don't matter, Mom. That's not happening. And if it is, you don't intoxicate yourself because of a goddamn that garbage food that's in the grocery store anyway.
That's right. Sis Kalila, you just reminded me, just before we move forward, I just want to give all of us and everybody out there listening, I got to give us a wake-up pill. Y'all take it. It's coming right now. It's a pill. It's a wake-up pill. Because we all went to sleep and forgot that before COVID-19, we had a failing, floundering, wicked, corrupt healthcare system.
That's right.
Hello. Talk about
Wake
it.
up. We forgot,
right.
family, that again, 98% of the attention, money, and resources in America's healthcare system are for after we get sick, and only 2% for prevention, family. America's healthcare system was already rotten to the core. You didn't trust it before COVID. Why are you trying to fake like you trust it right now? You're just afraid, family. And so you got to girden up your loins and get some information in your head so you don't make irrational decisions, rushing your children to get vaccinated, rushing to get vaccinated to keep a job when they're ready to fire you behind anyway. You forgot about those stats right there? We still the last hire first fire.
That's right.
Don't mind
Listen, don't get me started because I'm telling people all the time, right? I mean, the jobs will cut you. The moment something happens, they will cut you. And then what are you going to do then if you're damaged by the inoculation? I just need y'all to think for a second, because once it happens and the damage is happening and you don't have a job and you don't have an insurance, then what?
Sister Michelle,
you gonna rely on the government?
Good luck real quick before you go, Brother Tony.
Yes, sir.
Just because of what Sister Michelle said, I got to tell some people to be quiet real quick. I'm not going to tell you to shut up. I'm just going to tell you to be quiet. all you vaccinated people who are saying, ain't nothing happened to me, be quiet.
Right.
You just got your inoculation yesterday. Just be quiet and pray.
And pray.
Right? Do
You
that.
got
Be
right,
quiet
Brother
and
Lau.
pray. You can't say
You got
nothing yet.
that, Brother Lau.
You ain't even had it long enough in your system to be part of a trial, let alone part of an actual vaccination. But that's another story.
Trial. Can you say
Brother
that
Lyle.
trial again? Experiment trial again?
Right.
Anyway, say Brother Tom.
But Brother Lyle, it's just that with the in the 50s and the 60s with the polio vaccine, cancer didn't start coming out until about 10 or 20 years later on many of us. And so how do we know what the long-term effects of these experimental vaccines will be? Just a note on insurance. One thing to touch on, Delta Airlines is raising health insurance premiums for unvaccinated employees by $200 a month.
That's it.
To cover higher COVID costs.
Welcome to the new Willie Lynch, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, Brother Tom, first of all, the insurance already high. Insurance already high.
Come on.
Let's just be real. The insurance is high and it's garbage.
So if someone threatens your job, okay, bye. I'll find another.
Right. You're paying for high garbage.
So because you chose to be part of an experiment,
come on,
you don't have to pay. But because you chose not to be a part of the experiment, you got to pay.
You got to pay.
Something don't add up.
Right. Exactly.
None of this adds up.
It just sounds like it's just straight up gangster.
That's exactly what it is.
You know what I mean? It's like
House of
it's like
un-American activities.
Exactly. It's like, when is it okay to force somebody to take something and to suggest that if you don't take it, the world is not going to go back to what it was? Are you kidding me?
What is
what the hell? I'm sorry. I didn't
this
mean
world
to say
that we're living in is not normal. Period.
I'm just saying. It's ludicrous. It's
right.
So, somebody said that the FDA now stands for horse their asses. We should probably move on.
I believe it. Yes. All right. Listen. What's up? Now wait a minute. Before we move on.
Okay.
Did you guys talk about the mask mandates with DeSantis before we go on to the next thing?
We did not. We did not.
We have not touched on that topic.
Do you want to spend maybe just a few? Okay, I'm listen. Just a few minutes, y'all. Just a few minutes.
Because this is ridiculous here.
Oh God!
I mean, people are really going to war with this one here now.
Why would anybody in their right mind who loves children? We're talking about in your right mind, and you love children at a moment with an uncontained Delta variant, not tamed by any vaccine that's out right now, and we're opening up schools by the hundreds of thousands. Why would you not want to send your little boy or little girl in school with a mask? I don't get it.
Just
allow them to contaminate each other.
That's real.
Listen, that's real. Especially when you're talking about, well, listen to me. It's bad enough that the older ones do it. That, it's like, really, right?
But right now, see what's happening right now is a lawsuit is coming out of Broward County Public Schools because the local school districts, they are responsible for the health and well-being of children, for their security, and what they are proving what they're going to prove without a shadow of a doubt is that this irresponsible no mask, no forced mask mandate, that is highly irresponsible, and it goes against the potential well-being of children.
You gave me an idea, Brother Tony.
Away.
You just gave me an idea.
Come on.
If I wanted the virus to continue to spread and wreak havoc, if I wanted to develop a scheme to prove why children need to be vaccinated, maybe I would cause such a thing so that outbreaks would take place. You give me another logical reason, family, why our children shouldn't be wearing masks in the public food system. Give me one.
Of course. Now let me tell you something. And see, but that's their case, right? So when if you don't have them covering up, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to get it, right? And so the numbers will go up and oh my God, all the children they're getting, you've got to get them vaccinated. If you don't get them vaccinated, oh my
There it is.
God.
Michelle.
That's where this is where this is going. They know
And
what
brother
they're doing.
Tony,
Exactly
look,
where it's
brother
going.
Tony, look, brother Tony, and half of the children don't even wear the mask. They wear the mask incorrectly.
Hello.
Man,
Down
look,
down
they
here
come to
on
my
here.
classroom.
They don't use the same mask since COVID-19 first started. Don't wipe and swabbed all over the mask and shared it with the next door neighbor and came back with the mask.
Sis Kalina, not with the next door neighbor.
The
Sis
cat
Kalina,
Yes,
they
the
didn't share
next
the
door
mask with the
neighbor.
next door neighbor, did they?
Not the next door neighbor.
get up off the floor and put it back on their face.
Beloved, let me tell you this. These children,
Oh,
I love these
God.
children. These are babies, man. They come to my room. They come to my room. Their mask is all dirtied up. I'm like, when was the last time you changed your mask?
Right.
I'm quiet. I go and pull out. Would you like a new mask? And I give it to them. See, but we have as teachers, we have to care so much about our children that we care about their well-being. And right now, more than ever, teachers need to be more structured in the classroom than ever. The
That's
most
right.
secure place for a child right now could potentially be your classroom.
Wow.
And so make the best out of it, family. That's all I'm going to say.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right. So that's really about it. Just mask up your babies, okay? And then if you find that they don't have the mask on, boy, get on them. Okay? Listen, because hey, listen, we don't need no right. There you go. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Us parents, they know it's that look that they get that they know it's about to go down, right?
Right.
So
Spare
that's
that
how
rod
you
if
gotta
you want
that's how
to. COVID ain't.
exactly. This is the point. This is the
Right.
point because then you got to hear your babies crying. Oh my God.
Right.
But I don't want to hear it. Where did that go, mask? Anyway, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
All
Right.
right, let's go on to the next thing. Ooh, let's go
The
on
war on the
war
unvaccinated.
unvaccinated. Let's talk about this.
Well, I
Right?
tell
'Cause
you
this
what,
is getting
family,
real hot.
if
for
you woke
loud.
up today, you would
Woo-hoo.
swear that the world is going to hell because of all you unvaccinated people. If you woke
Talk
up
about it.
today, you would swear that every major crime that's viciously carried out in the world today, it must be
Had
them
to be.
unvaccinated people.
Come on, you
Silly
talk
rabbit.
about
I just want to put some
Come on.
questions into the record. For all of you all who will believe in all this hype that the unvaccinated is causing a rise in COVID-19 and the pandemic, answer these questions because they sure not have answered them for you. Number
They
one,
don't.
Come on,
They
what
don't.
percentage of unvaccinated people are COVID free? Can you answer that question? Oh, so you don't even know what percentage of unvaccinated people are COVID free. Another question. What percentage of hospitalized individuals have pre-existing conditions? I'm talking about whether they're vaccinated or unvaccinated.
Oh,
You're not taking
good
those stats in the hospital,
question.
right?
Good
Because you know it's the
question.
pre-existing condition. Another question. What percentage of Americans in general have pre-existing conditions? Oh, you're not taking those stats either? Just a couple more questions here real quick for the record. What percentage of the vaccinated are contracting COVID and choosing not to go to the hospital?
My God.
You're not keeping those? Just one more question. Who's doing your contact tracing? Oh, you're not doing any contact tracing.
I'm not doing no more.
I don't think they know.
Family,
We
how
haven't even heard
dare
about
we?
that.
Not even.
How
Haven't even
dare
heard
we? Not one of
He's like,
those questions
contact
has been answered
tracing.
by the mainstream media, dear family, and you're falling for this old hokey doke poke that this unvaccinated population is driving up the rates. You silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Listen, here's the other thing is, and I know we're pulling up the article, is that we're forgetting that they just came out not that long ago about how those that have been inoculated, right, or vaccinated, or whatever term you choose to use, that they found that they were the predominant now spreaders of the Delta variant.
That's
So
correct.
again, how is it? Just help me explain this for a second. How is it that the unvaccinated or uninoculated are now the cause of the spread of the COVID-19 or Delta variant?
You know, Sister
It's like
Michelle,
y'all playing mind games. Like, stop
that's a
it.
beautiful point. And I actually, because we love you, family, we did some research on that very, very fact. And what we come to find out, family, is that those who are actually vaccinated have a greater chance of attracting the COVID-19 virus because their body has been stimulated and made ready to attract it. And the other thing that we need to know and understand is that when you look at the simple fact that vaccinated individuals, first of all, you don't know what vaccine that they have,
Come
but
on.
they have had an increased immunoresponse to COVID activity, where others of us may have been completely dormant, family. And so, again, I encourage you to look at that information on our page in that 51-minute video, because the doctors and scientists, they make it plain that it is actually those who had. And then when they relieved the mask, look at the dates.
Come
It was
on,
in
Brother
May.
Lyle. Come
It
on.
was in May, family, when they told you vaccinated individuals that you were invincible and you could go free without a mask. Look at the numbers now. May, June, July, August, right? Higher rates of COVID-19 now than in the initial stages of the pandemic because you were misinformed. You thought that the vaccine gave you immunity. And not one of the trials ever showed you that it gave immunity. It
That's
only
right.
would keep you from not being hospitalized. So they said, but
So
people are
they
dying
say.
from it. And can I throw this in there
Exactly.
real quick, family?
Come on, Brother Lyle.
Trivia question. As long as the CDC has been doing research on vaccinations over the last 30 years, by the way, what vaccination leads all the other ones combined in death and adverse reactions? It's the COVID-19 vaccinations.
All day long.
The COVID-19 by themselves have more deaths and adverse reactions than all the other vaccines combined over the last 30 years. That's from your CDC.
Can I raise my hand? Because there's two things I want to point out here.
Come on.
Because it's interesting how everything that walks in the hospital now is COVID. Everything that's dying,
that is true.
COVID.
My arm is broke.
I mean,
COVID.
There's no more cancer.
COVID.
There's no more flu.
No.
There's none of that. It's all COVID, right? This is what it is. And by the way,
I got hit in my eye.
By the way, the last time I
COVID.
checked, cancer was one of the number one killers. So are we saying now it's not that big of a deal to get cancer? Is that what we're saying now? Are we saying that it doesn't deserve its own vaccination inoculation? I mean, are we serious now?
No.
Like,
What is
anyway?
Michelle? What is killing us is misinformation, irresponsibility. Brother Lyle, going back to what you were talking about, just basic science. Basic. Brother Lyle, if I catch something, whether I'm symptomatic or unsymptomatic, whether I have a vaccine or not, and I'm walking up to you and I'm there coming up to you and I'm talking up in your face, I had to do that for effects, family. Aren't you gonna am I not gonna pass on what I have on to you? Just basic science. Let's
That's logic. That's just logic. Yeah, calm and sense, which is sense is not common anymore, because what we're doing, again, we're not studying, we're not being scientists in our kitchens anymore. We're allowing white folks to feed us and some ignorant black folks to feed us.
Oh, we got to add them in there too, because it's sometimes it ain't all about the color.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got to be mindful that we're allowing other people to dictate the agenda of our lives.
Come on, teach.
That's what's
War on
happening.
the unvaccinated, huh? I tell you what, family, you keep looking at us. How about the people that keep shoving down your throat one solution for a multidimensional problem? You ever take a moment to think about why they do that? And for all of you all who have fallen for this new Willie Lynch, you know, they used to separate us by the plantation that we lived on, or the light skin from the dark skin, or the Jones plantation from the Washington plantation. So now you're gonna separate us from the vaccinated from the unvaccinated. How about you just do this? How about the healthy from the unhealthy? See, because whether you got the vaccine or not, we should hold as a crime those of you who are declaring that unvaccinated people are driving up this COVID-19. We should, you trying to give us a yellow star? Or better yet, you trying to give us some chains? Silly rabbit.
Listen, so if we all know U.S. history, and I know Brother Tony, he's all up into it. But how do you how do you divide, right? How do you divide? You start to create divisions amongst everything: color, skin, teeth, feet, toes, fingernails, whatever can cause a division, because they know they can't conquer you as a whole. They gotta nibble you down to small bite size for you to be able to fall in line. So that's what they're doing now. They've already divided us. So now you're going to take it another level.
Just like I was in slavery, they use fear to divide us. Fear was the driving factor. Today we can't even watch the news just for even 5 minutes. We're already in fear of what's happening out there. It's got us all confused. And so we just right now, dear family, I know we don't want to go into the news, but we have to arm ourselves with the right news.
That's right.
The information that will save lives, and the 7th Region Coalition is oriented towards that. And we encourage you to keep inviting people to tune in each and every week.
Stand your ground, family.
That's right.
You unvaccinated brothers and sisters, you're going to let them call you ignorant for making an intelligent decision? You're going to cowtail? You've been standing this long. I know we've been dropping like flies, family. First, it was 10 million people. I don't want that experimental. I'm not going to do that. Oh, I guess I better do it anyway. Then some of you went and did it behind other people's back. That's cool, but you should have manned up or womaned up if that's what you really believed in. And then others of you, you felt the mandates coming and you felt that pressure. And you, come on, family. Think with your logical mind. Why are they trying to make this as if it is the world solution? By the way, COVID still has a full recovery rate well past 97%.
Yeah, still going strong. And if you are, and the thing is, proper preparation prevents poor performance. That basically means that every day you should be on your vitamin D, your zinc, your vitamin C, your give me some Sister Michelle, your
your zinc. So you got your vitamin C, you got your zinc, you got your echinacea, your elderberry, which is very important. That's
very
got to
important.
be on. Your ginger, your lemon, your lime. If you got some sea moss in there, you got to get some sea moss in there. Listen,
and don't wait till you get sick.
Leaves,
and don't wait.
Don't wait till you get sick.
That's
family.
the ticket.
Come on.
That's the ticket, Brother Loud. So go ahead, Sister Khalila.
Yeah,
that's
and
the ticket. Don't wait.
Don't wait to and keep in mind, because you can't say, oh well, the 7th Region Coalition said that if I do this, I'm gonna be healed. No. We're saying you need to do it now while you're still here and you still do not have what you have, because when you can fight it off when somebody comes against you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how Allah works, and you know that this is a pestilence from heaven. I have been around people who had severe COVID. Severe COVID.
Come on, Sister Khalila.
And I have not got it yet. Not saying, oh yeah. No. What I'm doing is I'm properly preparing my body.
Come on.
That's right.
So I can fight against whatever comes my way. The ministers say it's a pestilence from God. Why?
That's right.
Because everyone is going to be affected by it. I don't
One
care
way
who
or
you are.
another.
You can try to be
One
Hagar
way.
if you want to, running to and from, trying to say, well, my help is going to come. But
That's
you're going
right.
to get and you're going to get
Come on.
tried. Period.
That's right.
Can I keep it 100 real quick?
That's a
Go
good thing. I
ahead.
can also add this too, Brother Tony.
Come on.
Water. You can't take
Right.
these vitamins with no water. Thank you, Sister Kim.
Look.
Water. You have to be.
Keep
You
yourself
have to be
hydrated.
on your water.
Don't play with this.
That is
Don't.
listen. You cannot be saying, "Oh, well, I'm a vitamin taker," and da da da, and then your kidneys are failing
Come on.
because you have to
Talk
you have
about
to
it.
actually filter your kidneys.
That's
You
right.
have to make sure what you're getting in is what you're bringing out. Like a good bowel movement. I said it.
That's right.
That's right.
You should be actually doing a good bowel movement at least 3 times a day.
Every time you eat, you should have a bowel movement, family.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
That's the point. And I want to add this in, Sister Kalila. I just came off a 7-day kidney flush. Just flushing out my kidneys because you have to. I'm not a meat eater, but I got to flush out my body. And let me tell you something, family. She's right. You should be drinking at least 1 gallon if you're not exercising. This is if you're not exercising. At least 1 gallon of spring water, or you can do the alkaline water, but you should be doing the spring of at least a gallon of spring water a day. Now, if you're exercising, they always tell you, it's more than your body weight and a half. I think it's something like that. Your body weight and a half, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm not getting it correct, but you should at the very least, 1 gallon of spring water a day. And in the morning, family, this is what I do at night in the morning. I take some ginger, I slice it up, I add it in lemon, just ginger and lemon at night, and I add a little honey to it, and I just drink that at night. And then in the morning, I do the same thing in the morning, and I drink it in the morning, and then I don't like water. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So I have to put it in this thing here, and once I'm done drinking it, go for another thing, just so I can keep drinking the water, and that's what I do, family, every day. Now I got a whole other bunch of other things, but that ginger and lemon or lime. Listen, if you got a little tickle here, it knocks it right out. But you got to do this, family, on a daily basis, and you need the consistency of that to be able to really protect yourself. So I just want to add that in.
I want to say something about that little tickle, Sister Michelle, because since this pandemic began, even before that, family, there were 4 times I came home from the classroom with a little something in my throat.
Right.
Was it COVID? Was it not? What was it? I don't know. But you know what I did? I did the same thing I do every day with my bean soup.
Come on.
The ginger, the cayenne pepper, garlic, onions, basic fundamentals. Right. Every day I work out. I make sure I'm hydrated. I try to do the very best that I can to take care of myself. And all of us should be doing the same.
That's right.
Some of us rather run and get a shot of something that we don't have a clue from hell or heaven what it is than to do these basic, practical, life-giving, life-saving practices and principles, family. Don't be so lazy that you just allow them to tell you how not to care for yourself.
Come on.
That's right.
Come on.
It's funny, Sister Kim mentioned about oregano oil. I have a
Oh yes. Oh yes. And I learned that from you, Sister Kim.
Listen.
That oregano
oil in your throat. You want to get rid of anything in your throat, even your tonsils. You take some of that oregano oil, you just drop a little bit. Make sure it don't get on your tongue.
It's a drop. It's a drop.
Make sure you get it all the way to the back. Now, for instance, you going to gag, you going to probably throw up, and that's going to make it even nastier. But I guarantee you, I have tried it. I call it my suicide talks, my suicide trip. Anytime I have like a sore throat and I can't get it out, I do my oregano oil. I drop it in there so quick, and it. Listen, I'm telling you, I felt like the Exorcist with oregano.
Listen, I can bear witness. I can bear witness because she said it was good because we was on the phone one day and I heard her talking to Brother Victor. Yeah, we'll talk about him later. And he told her to take some, and I said, I'm gonna buy some. Look, it sounds good. Oh my Lord! I took that thing. I was like, oh.
You all remind me.
I was like, this.
We really should. We should really give a shout out, family, to all of the brothers and sisters that have been taking care of themselves.
That's right.
With COVID, fighting not to get COVID, fighting to get rid of COVID, but they have not bowed or buckled to a vaccination. They have not bowed or buckled to going into the sick care system. By the way, the hospitals, they're not healing anyone from COVID. They're just doing general maintenance. But to those of you that have been home and holding strong, we thank God for your trust in what he has given us for our bodies and our minds and our sanities. And we thank God for restoring and healing you. And you need to tell other men and women as well that we can fight this and we can beat this, dear family. We don't have to succumb to a plot or a plan that is linked to population control. And on that note, real quick, on the war on unvaccinated, if you are unvaccinated and vaccinated people keep on trying to come at you, ask them for their research, ask them for their facts, and you have yours. And if you're a vaccinated person and you got all this angst and anxiety against unvaccinated people, you need to check your own self and your own stuff. Why can't you keep yourself healthy? You dependent on me? You silly rabbit.
Come on.
Leave the unvaccinated people alone as long as they are taking proper measures to protect themselves against COVID-19.
That's right.
And
Leave
with that
us alone.
said, we are moving on.
Let's move.
International news.
National news.
So listen, there's a lot. Can we start off with
There's
a lot going on in Israel. Let's talk about that because they're one of the areas of the states in Israel that fully vaccinated their country. And so now we're talking about now we're talking about they got some of the highest rates. So how is it that you tell people to go get vaccinated or inoculated and you got some of the highest COVID numbers? Like help me explain that, because I read the article and I know some of the things that they're pointing out, but from what they're suggesting and what's happening, it ain't matching up, family.
It's not matching up, Sister Michelle.
No, look at the title. Look at the title by itself. Israel's grim COVID data suggests vaccines alone won't stop pandemic.
Now, we've been telling y'all that, but you don't want to listen, but you're going to believe, is it real? So let's talk about, is it real for a minute?
Is it real?
First of all, y'all got to understand what is it real did, right? We're going to have to be honest with you. First of all, they said the hell with the rest of the world. We're going to protect our own. They became the country with the highest, the largest percent of vaccinated population. So those of you who think the vaccine is going to save you, here is your first case study. It's called, Is It Real? Israel. Your first case study. Is it real? Right? Number one, we already brought you a geneticist that told you back in September that there were already over 30 variants nationwide and that the vaccine was not going to be able to keep up rate with that. But y'all wanted to learn the hard way. So Delta is kicking Israel's behind. Right. So what is Israel's solution? Well, let's get the booster now. We got to get the booster. So we might as well go ahead and get the booster, which is not the movie, but damn sure coming to America. So for those of you who think that the vaccine is your way out, keep on watching. Is it real?
And it's so funny.
I love it. Is it real?
Israel's so funny. They said we're gonna blame it on the children. Hey, your children can't come outside unless they have a mask on. You got their bad children. I'm telling you, they blaming it on the children.
It's y'all. It's coming from the air, and That's what it is. It's the babies.
children now.
Whatever.
It's the children that's making this high, case rate. This blow off the roof. Hey, Israel say, get your churn in check. Put their mask together. Wash their mask. Do not let them have churn with their other mask. When they drop it, put the mask in the washing machine, and you can come down to a local store.
Guess what their solution is to the vaccination problem? Vaccinate.
Come on, brother.
Right. No, real talk. Real talk.
Listen, okay, wait a minute. All right, besides them blaming the children, poor children, they're like, we didn't even know, look, we didn't even know we get blamed. But anyway,
right.
Okay, now on a more serious note, listen, if we can drop down to the articles, basically, to talk about the 7 hospitals threatened to turn away COVID patients just this past Monday.
They can't take it no more.
I mean,
it's not working.
This is some serious stuff. But they're claiming to be the ones that fully vaccinated state. They fully vaccinated state, but you turn it around COVID patients. I'm sorry, if they got vaccinated or inoculated, why should you be having a problem at the hospitals?
No, they're the heroes.
Really good, right?
They're the heroes, right?
No, look, now they're gonna be blaming people for catching COVID.
Right.
How about the people who had a walkout? The doctors and nurses in Palm Beach walk out,
right,
and go tell unvaccinated people, you're supposed to get vaccinated.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be working so hard.
No, Brother Loud, catch this before you move forward with that comment. Catch this. It wasn't the nurses, because those are the ones that are working the front line. It was the doctors. And you know, hey, listen, and you know what they do.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the fact that they came out and said it, I got a problem with it, because these nurses on the front line, they're like, hey, you mean to tell me I've been working this whole COVID thing for the last year and a half, and I didn't have any problems, but now I got to take your inoculation to work? Really? I don't think so. It's ridiculous. But that's all political. When it's remember the levels. They're doctors. They're not around them patients like that. It's the nurses and the CNAs and the PCAs and the respiratory therapists. All those individuals around them patients round the clock. So I want to hear that.
Shout out to our Sister Pauline. That's one of the hardest workers in the coalition.
Right.
Actual fact.
Shout out to
actual facts.
Right. And how about family? How about the fact now that Pfizer, since it's all FDA approved, is now negotiating contracts with other countries because they refuse to give these other countries the technology to produce the vaccine that they say will help save the world. Yet, internationally speaking, a country like Cuba, right now, is working with Vietnam right now to give them the technology to produce and make the vaccine. So what are we saying there, family?
Oh, look at that.
It's not a money game. It's not a money game.
Right.
What's going on with Pfizer?
It's about service.
What's going on with Moderna? Okay. It can't be about saving lives, because they would transfer the technology if it was about saving lives, family.
That's right.
That's right. It's about the almighty dollar, which we know that is not worth anything at this moment, but okay, okie dokie.
Oh, another real quick international spotlight in India. You remember those grave images they showed us of those poor Indian folk just suffering and dying from COVID? Do you know that the country of India has, again, more than a 97% full recovery rate with COVID-19?
Wow.
None of these vaccines, their family, are helping people to recover.
My God.
Because listen to me, you know how much money they made off the cancer industry?
And still making, Sister Michelle.
And still making money. So this right here was like the gold in the pot. Because you trying to tell me that everything that walks to the hospital is COVID? So colds don't happen anymore, flu don't happen no more, cancer don't happen no more. All these things are killing us. They don't happen anymore. It's all COVID.
You know what doesn't happen anymore in the United States? Protest against these outlandish laws, rules, and regulation. But you know what's happening all over the world? It's happening in African countries. It's happening in Central America. It's even happening in Europe. Protest against these unjust vaccination mandates, laws, rules, policies, procedures. People everywhere else are fed up and ain't having it. And you right here in the United States, you getting your snore on. Sleepy rabbit.
Well, look, they passed a new law that, they have now the police union is now able to sue protesters
Oh,
by touching
really?
them. Oh, they can sue a protester.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So where's the law? So where's the law about them touching us? Black profiling. Where's that? Where's the getting shot because I was driving down the street and I rolled down your car by accident?
Right.
Where's the law for the person who don't have COVID and the person who don't want the vaccination, and you're gonna put your hand on me to put a vaccine in my arm? Where's the law for that?
There's no law for that. But we're supposed to be a democratic society, right? Right? Now we will go into other countries and how unjust you are. You can't do this to your people. You can't do this. You can't force them to do that. But yet here we are. Here we are. That you and it's not even the fact of what's happening around the world. It's the fact that they got so damn low to attack your jobs, attack your way of living. Like, we haven't reached that point where you wouldn't care because I don't want to take your nasty stuff, but you would have me lose my whole livelihood and be on the street.
When have they ever loved us that much? I got a little history labs here. I'm trying to figure out when have they ever loved us that much.
See, there's something with that, Brother Lyle. It's like we're taught as members of the Nation of Islam, we're taught this way. Whatever happens outside of America will eventually do what? Come right here.
All day
that's
long.
what we're going to be experiencing very soon. At a certain point, we're not going to be able to take it anymore. You mean I have to keep my job? I need a vaccine. I don't want your vaccine.
No, and I should not have to be forced your store, to take it.
I need a vaccine. In order to go into your restaurant, I need a vaccine. To do anything, I need a vaccine. No, we're going to protest.
Right. Reminds me of
it's getting to that point, Brother Tony. We're
reminds me of Roe versus Wade. Yeah. Wasn't Roe versus Wade a court case that had international implications because it said a woman had the right to determine what happened to her body?
That's right.
Now, I want you to think about over the years, the intense debates, bombings, and murders that have taken place on behalf of abortion rights.
This is the truth. You're right about that, Brother.
So we don't have a right over someone placing a needle of unknown substance in our arm because you say you believe in their failed system that has never worked for us?
Come on.
Ever?
Lyle 3000.
Ever.
Never.
There is good news though, family. There's good news. Keep on tuning into the 7th Region Coalition. There's good news. There's a way out.
There's a way out.
Listen to me. There's always a way out. But listen, before we move on, I want to talk about the protests. There's a few different protests that are still happening. But there's a protest in Australia. They're hitting the streets because they went back on lockdown and they're about to lose it. They're about to lose it. But the thing is, just like you said, Brother Lyle, it's gonna come to a point where people are gonna get right back up. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know why people are going to sleep. I don't know what is this rolling over and just letting it, letting all these things happen.
It's the stimulus check and PPP. I'm sorry.
Right. It could be stimulus. It could be. But listen. But what happens when the money run out? What happens when you can't pay your bills? What happens if you get sick or you get disabled? Now the point, forget all of this. Let's just pause for a second. I just want to throw this out there because it's happening internationally. The point is, we have a right. The last time I checked, I wasn't born out of this nation. I have a parent that I was born from, and that means I have my own body. So why is it that I don't have the right to say no? Who are you to determine? You're not God. And that's because this goes back the war on God, right? The war on God. They're trying to fight two gods, right? But we know who gonna win. Because they know that God is not as high as our God. But the point is, we should have the right to say no, thank you. I'll continue to cover up. I'll continue to do what I need to do to protect myself. But I have a right to say no. Who are you to force it? And then on that point, it's like obviously we about to declare war because you're not gonna come and just literally take my life, because that's exactly what it is. Because I have no idea what it's gonna do to me.
Ain't no but look, brother, just give them our children. Ain't no declaring. It is war.
That's right.
It is war. You touch me. War. You look. Minister Abdul Malik say, it's no turning the other cheek. We don't
have no more cheeks to turn. We don't got no more cheeks to turn.
Right.
Behind with the Lord.
You're right.
That's right.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm not going to those cheeks, man.
So without further ado, also like for me, let's show the video, because this is the last thing that it don't touch international news, but this is the last thing, and then we can go to
it's international personality, and so it's a good thing
when
people on that level, on an international level, famous actress, you all probably know her, you watch all the movies and all that, you'll see her in a minute, but when they come out and make a statement, it really helps to support those of us who are standing on the side of truth.
That's right.
That's right. I'll take it, even in the dark.
Super soldier. If they only knew, Sister Michelle, if they only knew.
My mother brought the light.
I almost ended up in the dark. I had to turn on the light.
It's all right, though.
Actress Melissa Joan Hart revealing her breakthrough COVID case, telling people she wished she'd done better.
We got a little lazy, and I think as a country we got lazy. And I'm really mad that my kids didn't have to wear masks at school.
The 45-year-old who is vaccinated suspects she contracted the virus from her kids. The Sabrina, the teenage witch star, is experiencing difficulty breathing, among other symptoms. She suspects one of her 3 sons also has COVID and praised her youngest for wearing a mask regularly.
So family, come on. We've gotten lazy. You depend on their misinformation. We don't do the things that we know work. And the beautiful thing about, that testimony, it just rings truth to the fact that you can't say you didn't know.
No,
you can't say you didn't hear. No. You can't say we didn't tell you on the 7th Region Coalition.
Brother Lyle, when we see other people letting their guards down, that's not a sign for us to let our guard down.
That's right.
Right now, we have to practice as much safety as we possibly can. Yeah, we're going out having events. We don't have to be there.
That's
wear
right.
your mask.
No, you don't have to be there. You got to wear your mask.
Hands.
Listen, that's right.
Distance.
People to not be at super spreading events with people that don't have their masks.
No.
Right now, family, we got to be as safe as possible. As safe as possible.
And I'm going to tell you this to the believers of the Nation of Islam. Y'all don't get caught with no mask on. You know what we've been told. Don't play.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Listen, I don't care. Right. If nobody sees you or not, the point when you roll up with COVID, we'll know why. So the point is, right? That's the point. The point is that it happens. You sometimes you will get it. of no fault of your own. But don't put yourself in a position
in harm's way
to get it. We know better. Wear your mask, do what we've been told to do, and let's be the example so that other people that see us will say, oh, wow, they wearing their mask. Okay, they're washing their hand, they got their hand sanitizer. Let's listen, and don't put yourself in position, because I'm gonna tell you something. Your family members and your friends that may not have the knowledge that you have will put you in the position to get something that you don't want.
And let me tell you, to add to that, Sister Michelle, we are getting this virus from our family members. It's not coming from strangers. We're little baby and Pookie come to your house. You ain't seen them in a long time. They came from jail. You know what I'm saying? And you want to celebrate them and give them a couple of dollars. And you just want to hug them. Hug them. You just want to, and you don't know where little Pookie and Ray Ray and Ren Ren and EI and Ho Ho came from. And but you have to be very cautious, because listen, love don't love you when you sick.
Listen, you say it again, Sister Kalila.
Don't love you when you sick. As a matter of fact, they want to be so far away from you when you got what? What? Excuse me? I'm sorry. Oh, but hold on. You were saying over here for a couple of dollars. Now, if I told you I got COVID, a couple of dollars, this COVID dollar. This COVID dollar.
Look, and Sister Kalila, this speaks to all of us in the conscious community. I went over a brother's house one time, had my mask on, and he's like, well, are you gonna take off your mask? I said, absolutely not. Like, why not? I said, I don't know where all of you have been. I love y'all. I love y'all. But I don't know where you've been.
Right.
And so, like, look, I truth be told, I am the mask king. I am the hand sanitizing king. I'm not washing your hands king. And I take pride in all that.
Shout out. And look, Brother Tony, shout out. All you people, again, parents, teachers, and even students, go on our Facebook page and look at Brother Tony's video about 8 things you should be doing to prepare yourself to be in a school environment. Here's a brother who has survived it and managed it well and better than most. So you be wise to take those tips and those hints of how to keep yourself out of harm's way.
And Brother Lyle's still surviving it.
That's
every
right.
day.
Every day.
That's right. No. That's real talk. That's real talk. So you need to do everything you can to arm yourself. So all the information, because I didn't get to tell y'all in the beginning, like, share, and get on YouTube and subscribe, and you know how I do. Go look, just take a stroll down our page, because we got all that information there. That's right. They can still do it now. They can still like, share, go ahead, still can bring in a friend. And remember, on YouTube, subscribe. And if you have any questions, 7th Freedom Coalition @gmail.com. Anyway, so that's the disclaimer. But anyway, go ahead.
All right.
Throw that all in.
Health tip of the week.
All right. Anybody can take it this week. No, anybody can take it this week. Go ahead.
No, Sister Michelle, it's you. We waited on you, honey.
Got to know what it is to take it.
Listen, it's called let me say it. It's Coolamin. Coolamin. Am I saying it right? Coolamin. Am I saying it right?
As long as
I
am
saying it right.
Michelle.
No, it's not cool. It's not cool. It's part of the turmeric family. It's Coolamin. I probably jacking it up. Mm-hmm. But it's a particular spice, and most sisters or brothers too, y'all might notice this is it's an herb, not an herb. It's like it's a root. So it's in the turmeric family. But anyway, the reason why I chose this root of the tip of the week is because it is in the anti-inflammation family, and the things that it does, it works just like turmeric. It helps in so many different areas. And so, again, you want to use, and the reason why I want to go back to the ginger is the reason why I take it at night is to help, right, with the inflammation in the body. It's an anti-inflammation type of I guess, root is what you want to call it, because it helps reduce it. So this particular root. It comes from the turmeric family, works the same way. And so the information that I have, I'll just read it off here. The research on it, research suggests that cumin can
How is it
help.
spelled, Sister Michelle?
Sorry?
How is it spelled?
It's curcumin.
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 Is it
Yeah, so
curcumin?
okay. I'm not saying it. Say it. Am I hopefully I'm not jacking it up, y'all. But somebody put it in the chat. But the research suggests that cumin can help in the management of oxidative and inflammatory conditions. It helps with arthritis, anxiety. It can also help in management of inflammation of muscle soreness, enhances recovery. So there's a lot of benefits to it. Let me see if I got something else on it. I think I have a link here. Sister Kalila, can you pull up the link? Maybe we can show the everyday benefits of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you all are going to be so loaded if you keep adding up all of these different health tips.
Cumin.
Curcumin.
Curcumin.
MGT know because we use it. We use it in bean soup, anyways.
Yes. Very good.
Is it different from cumin? Is it
Cumin?
different from cumin?
Cumin?
It's different from cumin.
It's different from cumin?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, it's different. Okay.
Can we go back to the proper spelling for a minute? I want people to see the proper spelling.
Okay, there you go.
There it is.
Okay, that's the spelling.
There we go.
Yes, I did spell it out, Brother Tony. You ain't catch it. You ain't catch it.
I messed up the spelling.
Now, it says 12 scientific health benefits. When you all listen to those 12 scientific health benefits, I want you to think about how much money you've been spending on those pills that you got to keep changing because they don't work, and all them kind of therapies those doctors give you, and you keep ending back up at square one.
Woo-woo. Okay, listen, let's read it, right? Let's see. Okay, so this is it's very small. I don't know if I can see it. I can hardly see it. This is one of turmeric's main claims to fame is that it's commonly used to fight inflammation and is the bulk of turmeric's inflammation fighting power and can be credited to cumin. In fact, the right dose of cumin can be more effective anti-inflammatory treatment than common inflammation fighting medications such as Advil and aspirin.
So get off the drugs.
Come on.
So let's see. Whoa. As chronic inflammation, contributes to many chronic diseases, cumin may help treat conditions like inflammatory bowel disease, pancreatic and arthritis, and arthritis. And so there's more information with the article, but we can post it in the on the Facebook page. There's more information on it. See, it's cumin may protect against heart disease. So it goes into a whole prevalent of things. Look at this. Cumin may prevent, because it's an anti-inflammatory family. That's why it's good to take. So you can get it. You can get it in powder form. You can get it, because it's a derivative out of turmeric.
Help prevent or treat diabetes. How many of you know people out there that got diabetes that's out of control, family? Come on, you have something to introduce them to.
Aunt Shirley, Aunt Ethel, Aunt Bethel. Yeah.
You said Aunt Bethel?
Shoot, we got swollen hands, swollen glands, swollen feet. We just swole up, people.
One
thing that Sister Kim just posted a little while ago was it's very expensive, but here's the thing: what's more expensive, that herb or your health?
That's right.
Right. It's listen at the whole thing is
treating
that when
depression.
It's very good. I'm telling you, it's very good. And the thing is that it's in your local grocery stores. You can go to any store and get it. It doesn't cost much. It really doesn't. So the point is that these are, we give solutions, and I always tell you, you do what works best for your body. But this right here, you put it in your soups. I use it in my lentil soups, and I use it in my bean soup when I make bean soup. It gives a nice flavor to
that
it.
one right there.
And then it helps.
Anti-Asian. Look, if black folk, if y'all don't want nothing else, you want all the anti-Asian stuff.
Sorry, it's curcumin. I'm sorry, it's curcumin.
Curcumin.
I just wanted to parse it to make sure it's curcumin. Brother Tony, why you
help with the eyes? I saw it.
Second time.
No, the first time I was typing it up how it was spelled.
It prevents eye degeneration. Man, some of y'all know you on your third, fourth set fit of glasses there. Come on now, get some curcumin.
That's a shame, but listen, that's the health tip of the week. I thought it was good. I use it a lot. Like I said, I use my 3 that I use is actually 4. I use turmeric, I use ginger, I use curcumin, and I use also garlic a lot, and along with onions and everything else. But those are some powerful anti-inflammatory herbs or roots that you can utilize, and it doesn't cost much, family. I promise you. Go to your local farmer's market or your local grocery store, wherever you're located. It really costs nothing. I promise you, if you grind it up, soak it, heat it on your stove and just boil it and just let it seat for about 20 minutes, and you can add whatever you want. Add a little honey to it, a little agave, whatever you like. But
it also comes in pill form too. So if you want to take it as a supplement, you can actually go to Amazon and order it online.
Mm-hmm. It's very good. So anyway, that's my
health tips. That's why the FDA got a problem with us. These health tips are going to put them out of business.
Sure is.
Well, I'd rather them be out of business than going to somebody else's funeral. Okay?
How about that?
That part. No.
Put it on the table.
Real talk. All right. And
so I was going to go ahead, Sister Galita. I was going to say, we have come to the end of the road. No,
come to the end of the road, but I just wanted to go over our 2 shots.
Come on.
Oh, there you go.
Those are 2 shots right there.
That's right. Thank you, Sister
Galita. Ain't playing with that.
Boom, 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 boom.
2 shots every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. And let me tell you something, family. Listen, and let me tell you something. The How to Eat to Live, I promise you, if you look at any Muslim that has done How to Eat to Live, I promise you, you can't tell our age.
Okay.
That's right. That is true.
I promise
on that note, Sister Michelle, Black folk confession time. Come on, Black folk. Y'all be talking about us Muslims. Y'all be talking about us Muslims behind our back. I ain't talking about the bad stuff. I'm talking about the good stuff. Yeah, you can tell. Look at their skin. Their skin be all different. I'm telling you, I don't know what they be doing, but you can tell. And then look, that one over there, he 90, but he look 30. Y'all be. We're telling you what it is. We're telling you what it is.
Kim, excellent book. Excellent book.
It's books confession time. I have 2 books that are still sitting in my house that belong to Sister Kim and Sister Sonia.
I got Sister Sonia's information.
You have I have not sent those books yet, but I do have them, and we're going to accept correct so we can move on from that. That's the Back to Eden books. You will be getting those books. So I just wanted to say that confession is good for the soul.
That's it, brother. Thank you, Brother Loud. Listen, let's keep our word. We got to get those books out. Listen, any other questions, family, before we close out? Because we got to close. We're way over time.
On behalf of our brother Faisal, BKA Brother Philip.
Come on.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
There you
go.
Drink
the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid, man.
Don't drink the booster Kool-Aid.
The cherry or the grape.
None of the Kool-Aid.
Or the lemonade.
The Kool-Aid.
None of
the or the raspberry.
The mandated Kool-Aid. Don't drink the mandated Kool-Aid either. Don't drink that either.
No. Say no.
No, my brother.
Oh my God. All right, listen. I'm gonna do this in the dark because y'all can see it literally. I'm like this black person in the dark with this yellow shirt on. Don't laugh, family. It's been a long day. I'm just trying. Listen, I'm just trying to help save some lives.
Right in the dark.
In the dark. You see, it don't matter. It's a labor of love, y'all. Anyway, praise be to
You
Allah.
made it
Listen,
happen.
I made it happen. I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight. We so appreciate you. We appreciate you coming every Thursday. We really pray and hope that you're sharing it with somebody that needs it. Don't
That's
keep it all to yourself. This is some good
right.
information that we have. We're lifting up the information. And of course, I always love to thank the 7th Region Coalition team on the ground. They doing the work. It's really a lot. It's really a lot, family. So we just give them a shout out, give them a high five, whatever you need to do. A little heart, some just show some love. And we want to appreciate everybody who takes the time to do what we do and put this show together. Yeah, again, I know we're little fish in the puddle, but we're making big waves. Okay, we making big waves. Okay,
Big
but
splashes.
anyway, that's right. Anyway. But listen, what a thing. I want to thank everybody. And again, appreciate you guys having me. I'm sorry I came on late, but you know how I jump in as a moderator. I try to do what I do, get it in there.
You
Thank
still a
everybody
hostess
for
with the
holding it
mostest, Sister
down.
Still a
Michelle.
hostess with most.
Always.
Praise be to Allah. So anyway, love you all. Thank you so much. Thank the team tonight for holding it down. Thank you, Brother Tony, for coming in and kind of playing quarterback with us tonight. Y'all just don't know. Thursday night shenanigans always.
We love you.
But Brother Lyle, I will pass over the baton to you. I'll take it up. You take it.
Got it?
There you go.
And family, I'm gonna pass the baton to our listeners out there. Now, I just went and I made sure to put that 51-minute video. Any of you brothers and sisters that are going to be facing vaccine mandates, you need to watch that video. It's a great defense against vaccine mandates. And so you will not be able to say that you were not informed. You can find that on our Facebook page. And I just put it into the chat here. So hopefully you'll be able to get it from this broadcast as well. I just want to remind you again, brothers and sisters, that they're coming after our children.
That's
and
right.
I want to ask you a question tonight. Now, you do know and believe and understand that there are people in influential, powerful places that believe in depopulation and will use any means or matter to depopulate people they don't think belong on the planet. Do you think that these people don't have their hands in this latest pandemic? So if they do have their hands in this, don't you be manipulated by fear. Be manipulated or persuaded by information and inspiration that speaks to the God that's in you. Ain't nothing new under the sun. God gave us everything we need to be healthy, healed, and whole. We just got to stop being so rebellious. And in the words of our gorilla, don't you take that goddamn shot.
Brother Laugh. Pass over the baton.
I'm ready for that one.
We're not ready for that. We need to show the video again. But anyway, go ahead.
Brothers and sisters, can I make a special announcement as to a special?
Yeah, that could be your closing, brother. Tony,
Okay,
right, brother Tony.
I'll just wait for. Well, should I say it now? Or should
Yeah,
I wait?
because that's gonna be your closing.
now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Physically, I don't know if we have the flyer, but the Nation of Islam, we have a program on Friday night called Self Improvement: The Basis for Community Development. We have an online study group tomorrow night. We encourage you to go on. We have a special program tomorrow. We're going to be sharing it on our pages. A special presentation, COVID-19 Practical Steps for Self-Care. What you can do to protect yourself. See, this is not a Muslim thing. This is our people thing. And we're broadcasting this to all of our people. It's accessible to all. That will be
I'm gonna post
tomorrow
it right on the page right now, brother Tony.
at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 8:30 p.m. our time here on the East Coast. You got it, Sister Michelle?
I got it.
Right
I
now.
am
When you take a look at the doctors that will be on there, we have Dr. Safia Shabazz. We have Dr. Velva Bowles. We have Dr. Akili Muhammad, who's been on our program before. We have our sister Anisa Muhammad. We also have Dr. Darnita Muhammad, who will be speaking about how we can keep safe.
She's also been on our program, Brother Tony.
That's right. Dr. Darnita has been in our program and gives us information.
Wonderful sister.
When we need it to help guide our people and keep them safe in this hour, family.
That is it. If you want more information, it's going to be on Zoom.
Also, go to NOI.org.
NOI.org.
Go to NOI.org. The information is right there. You don't
All
have
right.
to
I just posted it on our page.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you
Sister
go.
Michelle.
All right. Sister Kalila got to hand over the baton to Sister Kalila, Brother Tony.
You got hand me the baton.
Right down. No, not out, Brother Tony. Down.
Brother Tony wasn't a sprinter. He wasn't a sprinter. He wasn't.
Slow and steady wins the race, my brother.
He wasn't part of the relay. He wasn't part of the 4-4 relay.
Hey, you're all the way up there. I'm just saying,
Oh, throw the baton. Oh, we're going to lose.
We're going to lose. Go ahead, Sister Kalila. Just run.
Just run as fast as you can. I just want to thank you all again. Please, for those of you who are live, please do hashtag live. For those who have that does the replay, do hashtag replay. Thank you, Sister Kim. Again, I saw your replay. So definitely make sure that you do hashtag live, that you're on live with us right now. I see you, Sister Kim. I need some more people to do hashtag live and then hashtag hashtag replay. And again, we just collecting information and so forth. So therefore, we will know who's been on with us and who has actually saw the contents. Also, what Sister Michelle was mentioning about, if you love our contents, we do have a special area on our Facebook page that you can actually make a comment about what you think about the 7th Region Coalition. We would love to hear that information. We would love to read that information, because you don't understand how much joy because we have meetings, and these meetings are testimonies that we're doing what we're doing to help save lives. So if you can go on our Facebook page and just kind of give us what you think and how you feel about what we're doing for you as well as the community, please share that information with us. We would love to hear from you all. And that's all I got to say. I'm passing the baton to Brother.
This way. There you go. You got it.
We got it. I'm gone. Right. And guess where I'm not running? I ain't running for no vaccination. And guess what? I ain't running from it either.
Come on.
7th Region Coalition family, we're not a gang, but we are a trusted group of individuals. And since you've been with us tonight, you have been formally indoctrinated with 7th Region Coalition.
I swear, I'm going to get these fingers right one day.
Get it right one time.
Love y'all, family.